free. Don't be shy. Only come to Chicago every now and then. Get the questions in there. How old when I found out I was diabetic? It's going to surprise you. It was not even a year after I retired from the NBA. I've been a diabetic for 15 years now. The funny thing is, I started feeling really kind of floating, like I was floating. And I couldn't see here to that wall. I said, well, I'm getting old. I started wearing glasses. One day I decided to go to the hospital. It wasn't because of the way I was feeling. I just hadn't had a checkup in a while. When I went in, the doctor took 2 hours to come by and back after the exam. When he came back, he said, I got good news and bad news. Good news is you're not dying yet. I'm like, whoa, what does that mean? He said, don't get along, bad news, you're diabetic. And my sugar level was over 350 when I went to get a check. He said, lucky you came in when you did. You could have been worse, you could have fell into a diabetic. So yeah, it was a year after I retired. And I probably should have known I was diabetic before then, because when you're in great shape, diabetes is very hard to detect. But once life slowed down, I was still eating them apple pies and peach pies and all that. Caught up with it, you know. And so I had to make a change pretty quickly. Anybody?
How about some of the newer players? Who are some of your favorite newer players in the NBA?
Well, you know what? I have to give a lot of the other guys credit because I've got a great rapport with a lot of our Atlanta Hawks, like Cal Korver, like Paul Millsap, Al Horford, some of my favorite guys. The league is a little different now. I know a lot of you kids can't see past Kobe Bryant. Y'all think the league started when Kobe Bryant came to the league. It started a little bit before.
It started with you.
It started a little bit before, even before me. But there was just a lot of great players in that era we played in. I don't think that era, I know that era would never be duplicated, ever. The greatest players in this game came out of that era, 70s and 80s. Unbelievable. I can't even explain to you kids how good it was, because a lot of people think when when the older guys talk, we hating, what y'all call hating. We're hating on the new guys. We're not hating on the new guys. We just tell the truth. That's all. That's all. Yeah. But Michael and I have been playing against each other for many years, since college. And I remember him as a freshman. And we were beating North Carolina.
Oh.
The last 2 minutes, took over. And I said, this guy gonna be a heck of a pro. I didn't know he was gonna be that good. But yeah, we go back and we love playing against one another. Great player, super player.
Who's the hardest guy you ever had to defend?
Well, I put it this way: I never feared anybody I ever played with. And I was telling the kids this earlier. One guy made me nervous, scared. It was Bernard King. You know basketball. You know Bernard King was a machine. I knew he was gonna get 40. There's nothing I can do about it. So I used to say to myself, if he gonna get 40, I'm gonna get 40. We're gonna call it a wash up. No, I'm not gonna kill myself trying to guard this guy. He was a machine. He was unbelievable. The only guy that ever made me really nervous. He was good. That's what that era brought. My first 6 games, Dr. J, Larry Bird, Bernard King, English, Dantley, Worthy, first 6 games. Pretty hefty group of guys. Yes, sir. You said my all-time stat from one game? A single? Points per game. I've averaged 30.3 points a game. The year I got the scoring title. And I've averaged 30 for about, 7, 8 years. I had averaged over 30. I had a few points. I scored a little bit. Yes, sir. My favorite thing in the house was Doc Rivers, who's a heck of a coach in the day. Great coach.
He's a local too.
And he's from Chicago. That's right. He's from Chicago.
Right down the street.
Yeah, he's my favorite teammate. Great guy. Anybody? Yes, ma'am.
Can you talk about your most memorable moment?
My most memorable moment? Well, a lot of times when you talk about your achievements, you think, especially basketball, you would say your scoring, averages, and great games. But for me, it was coming back after an injury. At 32, I tore my Achilles in half. They said my career was over, I was done, I'd never come back. And if I came back, I wouldn't be the same. I practiced 9 months, twice a day, every day. And I'm determined to come back, not just to play again, but I want to be one of the best in the game. So after doing that, I ended up coming back that season, and I averaged 30 points a game that year. Had my best all-around season. So it just proved to me that if I can apply myself, I can do anything I want. There's only one person that ever come back and have a great season after this tendon tear. I'm the only one to ever do it. Kobe tried it, couldn't do it. Because it's a very difficult thing to do, so you got to dedicate yourself, refocus yourself, and push yourself. But more importantly, you got to believe in who you are. That's what helped me come back and have my best all-around. Yes, sir.
How's your brother doing?
My brother, he's doing good. He lives in Atlanta. We both retired the same year. We got old at the same time. And I'm 4 years old. Let you know the body don't work like that forever. And another thing you guys got to realize, athletics, you can't do this forever. Athletics is the shortest career on this planet. So you got to find something to give you the same type of satisfaction for a longer length of time. I use basketball as a stepping stone to do something bigger. You know what that is? Healthcare for me. Educate young kids like yourself on how to live better, live easier, educate other family members that's around. That's my biggest thing. Yeah.
I got 2 questions.
And you taping too, that's why you got a question.
All right. In your opinion, who is better between Michael and Kobe?
I knew that question would come up. That's between Michael and Kobe. Put it this way here. There'll never be another Michael Jordan. If that answers your question. If you take it a step further, how many guys you know that win 3 championships, retire, play another sport, come back and win 3 more championships?
And the other one would be the second one is what are your thoughts on this year's Team USA?
I haven't kept up with them that much, so I don't know that much. I mean, they got good players on their team, so they should do well. Hopefully, they'll win the gold medal. So I will be over in Spain with them next week. You know, some of the trials. So we expect them to win. There's somebody else have a question? Yeah. Michael Jordan, Wilt Chamberlain. Boy, that's way. How old are you?
12.
Well, just to tell you, people talk about who's the greatest player of all time, right? I say it's Wilt Chamberlain. I'm gonna tell you why it's Wilt Chamberlain. How many guys you know can average 50 points a game and 30 rebounds in a year? It's never been done. He was the most dominant player to ever live. There'll never be another. Never be another.
Wilt Chamberlain.
Our dream team? That's a trick question. No, hey, that dream team we played back in the day was no joke. There was nobody today could beat those dream teams. No. Who's gonna guard Mike? Who's gonna guard Akeem? Who's gonna guard Ewan? Who's gonna guard Bird? Who's gonna guard Madden? Who's gonna guard Stock? That's just a few. That ain't happening. But not to say today's dream team is good. Those guys in those days were so good, so skilled, so big. Big guys. Some of the guys were 7 foot, 260, 270, 280 pounds, 290. Big guys. I was a small forward at 6'9". In today's game, I'll be powerful. Yes, go for it.
What was the biggest thing that motivated you to take care of your diabetes?
I think the bigger thing that motivated me for taking care of my diabetes is I got tired of feeling bad. I got tired of feeling off. And I really enjoyed how I felt once I managed my disease. So I decided to say, look, if I want to continue to feel a certain way, if I still want to continue to feel good, then I'm going to have to make small adjustments. And the small adjustments you have to make is only 3 things. Diet, exercise, and medication. If you love everything else in your life that you enjoy, you better take time to love yourself. You get one life. And you got to treat it like you treat all the other things that you love. Just treat it the same way.
Have you ever played as yourself in a video game? Like an
Have I ever played myself in video games? You know, when you got the real thing, man, you don't got to play it. You get the real thing, you don't have to play the game. But my sons play. I've never played, to be honest with you. You know, I had
Different generation.
You know, funny thing, I had kids come and say, man, you kicked butt on that video game. I'm like, it's not realistic, guys. But thanks, I appreciate it. But I really appreciate that they still pay me for those video games, so y'all can play them for only 2 hours a day. One more question in. What you got?
About orange juice.
Hey, that's a great question.